I've said this word a bunch of times, so you know I was going to go there. We make decisions from data instead of drama. We're not making decisions based on feelings or emotions. So yes, all of the thoughts are going to come up. I'm not good at this. I don't have enough time. Everybody else has more time. My life is too chaotic. Everybody needs me. I can't plan for these emergencies that keep coming up. I don't feel motivated. I'm not in alignment with this decision. I don't know. I need to think about it. All of these things, right? That's drama. That's not what we make decisions from. We make decisions from data. That's why you're going to very intentionally schedule time in your calendar so that you can evaluate, not based on feelings, but by your actual output. What did I create? Did I do what I said I was going to do this week? Numbers, use metrics whenever possible. I thought this would be a good point to talk about the decide, act, evaluate process that I teach at length in your next 1K because it kind of fits in here. You make a decision. So what you've done so far is you have made a decision about creating very intentional calendar for yourself in a 90-day window of time of what you're going to do. This is what you've done. You've made the decision. Now it's going to be time to act on it. And then you're going to evaluate what went well, what didn't go well, and what you're going to do differently in the future. Now, typically what your brain will want to do is not take the action and go back and redecide. So when it comes time to sit down and to actually do the work that's on your calendar that you decided intentionally was in alignment with your goals and was what you wanted to do, your human brain, just like all of ours, is going to tell you, that's a terrible idea. That's not actually what we want to do. We should probably move that on the calendar. It's going to renegotiate the decision and want to go back and make the decision. But you're not going to do that. We're going to talk about it in a minute. You're not going to do that. You're going to take the action anyway, and then you're going to evaluate the results that you got from the actions you took over the week and use that to inform the actions for next week and for the next week and for the next week. But you are not going to revisit the decision. At no point in this process do we go make a different plan. We tweak our current plan. That is how you make decisions using data and not drama. Oh, but what's this drama, you say? Well, it's all of the resistance. It's all of the very compelling reasons that your brain is going to offer you to not do the things that you said you were going to do. Your brain is going to try to negotiate with you and change your decision. When you sit down to go to work, like I just said, your very, very smart, capable brain is going to have a lot of compelling reasons to tell you why it's a terrible idea. We really shouldn't do that right now. It's normal. Nothing has gone wrong. You will not want to execute. Just expect to feel the resistance. Expect every time that you sit down to do the work that was on your calendar that you're not going to want to do it. I looked at my calendar this morning over coffee and saw video, and my brain said, that's a terrible idea. We don't want to put mascara on today. Do that tomorrow. Let's just do that tomorrow. And I just laugh at myself because that's what my brain does every time it's time to do videos. And I just laugh and I just say, this is just what I think when it's video time, but I still do the videos, right? So expect it. Expect the resistance. You won't want to execute. This is totally normal. Nothing has gone wrong. Which brings me to my next point. And I'm going to be pretty polarizing about this. You don't need to be in alignment. You don't need to be in flow. You don't need to feel inspired to get to work. Those are all a bonus. Motivation, inspiration, flow, and alignment are a bonus. If they show up to your workday and you just can jam out everything on your calendar because you are in alignment and you're motivated, that's awesome. That is a bonus. It is not a prerequisite, though. Think back to how you would talk about this and goals with your clients. If your clients told you that they just couldn't follow their plan because they just weren't motivated or they just weren't in the flow, what would you say? Would you push them a little on that? Would you challenge them? Or would you say, yeah, I guess just eat ice cream until you're in alignment again? Well, no, of course not, right? Because if you make a plan, you got to expect that ice cream and pizza is going to be better than that plan, but you still make the decision to follow the plan anyway, right? Same with us in our business. Motivation, when it shows up, is a bonus, but it is not required. Remember, expect resistance. So planning is safe and familiar. This is what it comes down to. Making the plan, making the colors all jive and looking at the week and the calendar, like all of it. It's so fun. Our brain loves this. Our brain loves this type of passive action that feels really productive. It feels like we are doing it. We're not actually doing it. We're planning. Our brain loves that default. It's very safe and familiar, and it wants to stay there. Execution, on the other hand, is scary. That's the unknown. We're not really sure what's going to work the best. We're not really sure what it's going to be like. There's so many variables. Our human brain wants to keep us in a place where there's less variables and not going outside the cave to the scary place where the saber-toothed tigers are. That's just being a human. It's okay. We still need to leave the cave, right? We know this. So the urge to bail on your calendar, I wanted to wrap it up with this. The urge to bail on your calendar when you sit down, and your brain 100% will give you resistance. It will say, no, that wasn't a great idea for today. We should do this instead. It will do it every time. Nothing has gone wrong. This is what our brains do. That urge is exactly the same as a sugar craving that your clients will have. It's exactly the same. So think about deviations from your calendar, from the plan that you set forth, as being just like a sugar craving. Of course, sugar tastes good. Sugar and flour are everything. Of course we want that. It releases dopamine in our brain. It does all these things, of course, but that doesn't mean that we make the decision to eat sugar and flour all the time. And that's exactly what you're giving yourself the gift of here by creating a 90-day plan and having a calendar that you honor and that you are committed to. It's like saying, yes, I know that sugar and flour would taste really good right now, but I chose not to do that in service of my long-term goals. It's exactly the same thing. And just like you would do with your clients, I want you to make a protocol for this. This is what you're going to do today. You're going to create a protocol in advance. Very simple. Ask yourself the question, what is going to stand in the way of me executing the items on my calendar? Just ask your brain this question. Have a little meeting. Sit down with a pen and paper. Just go, okay, self. What is going to stand in the way of me doing these things? Be honest with yourself. Make a long list. Keep asking, okay, what else? Write a few more. Okay, what else? What else is going to get in the way? And then solve for those. Make a plan. Make a written plan. When you can see in black and white all of the ways that your brain is going to sabotage you, how would you help your clients solve for it? And then deeply learn this skill, because when you do and when you trust yourself, that you will do and follow through with what you told yourself you were going to do. And that is trust with yourself. That is such a gift, and it builds over time. It compounds over time. It's not an overnight skill that you will master, but when you do, you are an example of what's possible for your clients, and you will be able to teach this skill to them.